Smile, be, chat, join for networking.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Turner-Davidson and I'm a network marketer. It seems weird that even 12 years on, it still feels like I'm in a confessional or an AA meeting when I say that. And it's been 7 years since my last cold call. Now, let's start though by being honest. How many people in the room are in network marketing and multi-level marketing themselves? Got one hand there, okay. That's whether you're doing it as your main business or something on the side. Okay, how about any of you that have looked at it in the past or maybe tried it in the past and haven't done, okay, several more. How many of you have actually been approached by someone to join their team? Wow, wow. Now you see, I came to business networking 7 years ago when I joined for networking because I didn't like or feel comfortable with the way that most people do network marketing and the way that the companies were telling us we needed to do network marketing. And I needed to look for a way that was different, that suited me. And it wasn't all about the hard sell. Come and join my team. I've got these fabulous products and I'm in the best company ever. Because actually, that's not what it's all about. Now, the interesting thing for me was when I came across it 7 years ago, business networking, I had a few things to learn. I came in knowing that I didn't want to be that person. That person where everybody walked away, or you could see their eyes and their ears all closing up thinking, I'm not getting anywhere near them. I wanted to find a way to get into the minds of people so that when they were in the right place to buy whatever I was selling or to get involved with my organisation because it helped them to achieve what they needed to achieve in life, they knew where to come. And only then was that the time when we would connect about business. Anybody else relate to that? Yeah. Funnily enough, isn't that what business networking is all about? Forget the multi-level marketing and the network marketing. Isn't that what business networking is all about? It's creating the environment so that when people are ready to buy from you, you're there and they know what they're buying. And also that they know that you're the person that they want to buy from and that they're going to get the best service, the best deal, or whatever's important to them. Isn't that the same for all of us? So when I first came into business networking and I thought, great, I'm in the environment now where I can do that. I can be me rather than having to be this pretend person that never sat well with me. The challenge was that when I got involved, I started to observe lots of other network marketers in the room. And it also confirmed for me that I didn't want to be like them either. Absolutely. Now, there's some very, very simple and easy mistakes for network marketers to make. And I have to say that a lot of it comes from their companies, the way that they're set up at the beginning. But I would ask you this, how many people do you know that you've got to know? Very nice people, very normal people, doing well in their business, very successful, or family people, whatever they are to you, they get involved with a network marketing company and they seem to have had some sort of lobotomy overnight where their personality changes. Suddenly, from being that person that you could go and have a drink with or you could have a chat with or talk about business, talk about life, all they want to talk to you about is their opportunity and how fantastic it would be and how brilliant you'd be in it. Or the fact that their company is the best company since, oh, I don't know. Yes, it's the last one. Or that their products are going to make you better, feel better. You're going to be on top of the world. Your health is never going to be the same again. And you need to use this and you need to drink that without ever getting to know you. People change overnight. Now, I understand in the most cases why that happens. In network marketing, there's this system that occurs where people join for very genuine reasons. They join generally for something that's going to enhance their life in some way. Give them a little bit more income or an extra income stream, which could end up being a secure income stream. It'll make the difference between paying the bills at the end of the month or having a nice holiday or time out with their kids. There's lots of very genuine reasons why people join network marketing and why it can help. The challenge that we have is what network marketing companies tend to do is that they take people on board at this level, and then within 48 hours, usually, maybe sooner than that, they've opened up their minds to all of these wonderful dreams and goals. Now, they do it very cleverly because it's very much owned, it's your dream and your goal. But what they've done is they've made you think about something at a time and point in your life that you neither have the skills or the confidence or the knowledge to do it in a professional way. They've also, I call it a gold-plated carrot. You've been given that gold-plated carrot, which means that all the things that you were thinking about before you joined, you knew how much time you had, you knew the commitments that you had, etc., suddenly go out the window. Because this gold-plated carrot means you're going to have to work far harder than you ever thought you were going to achieve these gold-plated incomes, which you weren't really interested in the first place, actually. And the reality is that it's not that these things aren't possible, they absolutely are possible, but maybe, just maybe, you're not ready for it just yet. How many people have started in business? Anybody in the room in business? Yes, that's all of you. Started in business, and the first day you got into business you thought, right, this is what I need to do. And then the next day in business you thought, right, I'm now going to be on £100,000. And all my life is going to change and go upside down, and I'm not going to have to put the apprenticeship in and learn how to communicate with people about my business, or how to discuss my product, or how to find out whether my product is really what other people want, etc., etc. We all know the story. But in network marketing, the companies seem to jump from being your average person who absolutely could make network marketing work for them, because the companies, vast majority of them, are very sound, but the methodology isn't. And then what we get in business networking is all these people who are suddenly thrown out of their comfort zone. People that you have probably known in a past life, or yesterday, when they were feeling quite normal, when you could have a normal conversation with them. Yeah? So, I was confronted with this. But I was also confronted by the fact that what people in network marketing seem to forget is when they're in business networking, it's a very different environment to them building their business outside of business networking for a couple of reasons. The first reason is, as I've already established, most of you in the room have already either been in network marketing or are already and still in network marketing, or you've been approached before, either by somebody who did it well or somebody who didn't do it quite so well, and you've been put off, to put it mildly, or you've been sold to with the products, or somebody has come and approached you and invited you or asked you or hammered you over the head with the idea of joining their organisation already. And people come in quite naively thinking, right, do you know what? I've got the best thing for you. I know all about you. They don't, but they assume they know all about you, and all of a sudden they're going to market and sell their product, their business, their opportunity. Not only are they going to do that, they're going to tell you that it's the best thing for you. And they're going to not give up telling you. And then they're going to tell you that it's the best company ever. And you're sitting there, as are 99% of the people in the room, thinking, heard this all before. Been there, done it. Got the t-shirt, taken it off again, thrown it away. Because the reality is that everybody in the room pretty much will have already heard all the things you're going to tell them. Not only have they already heard it, they've heard it in such a way that it's not going to open doors for you. But like all of us in the room, there are people that are in similar backgrounds. So whether you're, whatever business you're in, you're going to find, whether you're a trainer, there'll be other trainers in the room. If you're an accountant, there'll be other accountants in the room. So it's not that that's inherently wrong. It's just that why would you focus on an area where somebody's already going to close the doors to you? No point. The second thing is, why do you guys come to business networking? You come because of your business. So funnily enough, you're already in business. So why would somebody come to a business networking meeting, an event, and start telling you about their business and how you would do great in their business? It makes no sense. So lots of these pennies were dropping for me, and I was just very uncomfortable with the idea of being associated with it. So very early on, I was determined not to become an MLM zombie, not to be seen as an MLM zombie. So I started to do things differently. And involving that process, I also became more of what's the third thing, and that is more me. Because in business as well as in network marketing, the idea of being you when you first get into an environment is quite difficult, isn't it? And if you think about it, if you imagine this model that I've just said with network marketers, they've come in, they've been thrown in at the deep end, they've been taken out of where they thought they were going to be, given all of these gold carrots up here and think they've got to be up there. And not only do they think they're going to be up there, they've been told that they can. They've been told that, positivity and, if you're positive and you tell yourself you're going to do it. And because they really are people that achieve good money, and it absolutely is a sound business model, they can believe it, and of course they can, except there's a vast difference between where they're at and also, do they even want to go there? And the challenge you've then got is that you're in an environment around other people who are going to close doors and who are going to find every excuse not to be with you. So my feeling and my role, I felt when I got involved with business networking, was to find not only a different way for me, because I knew I didn't align myself to that. I occasionally got caught up in it, as you do, but I don't align myself with that. But what it was important to me was to show others how not to be that way. And interestingly, I have built the vast majority of my business through business networking. So it does work. We're not saying to network marketers, don't come in. We're just saying, let's think differently. So a couple of things to think about here. And it's no different, really, to your business. It's still the same approach. And it's something that I've heard said before, and that is, when you're in the business networking environment, why do you treat and behave differently with other businesses than you would do other normal human beings? We're all human beings under it all. So let's start to forget what we've come in to do and start to relate to people as humans first. So connection. What happens when you start to connect with people? You build relationships, you build opportunities. So there's several things that we need to do as network marketers in order to get over some of those barriers that are inevitably going to be up. One is that we don't need to sell sell directly our opportunity and our products. That doesn't mean to say you never talk about them, because in your businesses, I'd say exactly the same thing. It doesn't mean that you don't ever talk about your business or your products or your services, but you do it in a certain way. You do it in a way once you have ensured that the person that's listening is even interested. And for the most part, business networking is about creating relationships. It's about building trust, meet like no trust. It's about getting to like somebody, getting to know whether the person that you're talking to is somebody you want to do business with, whether they've got what you want, and vice versa. So for people in network marketing, that is no different. And I would say the first rule is take everything off, take all the business stuff off, and get in there and get to know people. Stop thinking of every single person in the room as a prospect or a customer. That can happen, and believe it or not, it does happen, but you don't need to think that way. That will happen very organically if you build the trust and build the relationships. So first and foremost, remember that everybody in the room already knows what you do, probably more than you do, because they've heard it before. So we need to find a way for people to get to know who we are, just as in any other business, to build the trust, to demonstrate that we are not only good people, that we are not only trustworthy, but we know our stuff. We're not going to use all the propaganda that you hear coming from network marketing companies. The best company since. You know, we're better than X, we do this, you're going to earn, as you know, the diamonds and all of that. That isn't to say that there isn't any truth in it, but guess what? Do you know how many companies say they're the best company out there? And actually that's irrelevant, because it's got to be the best company for you. The same with all of the businesses that we come across. We need to be sure that the people we're going to work with are the best for us. So we need to get our information out there, but we need to get it out there in a way that means that people come to us, not us putting it out to them all the time. We need to learn how to read the opportunity when it's there, but without thinking that it's going to be there, and then we get the doors closed in our face. So, some key things to do, very simply. Go to plenty of networking meetings and get to know people. Build those relationships. Be interested, and I mean genuinely interested in people. Not interested, I'll just manipulate that round and then suddenly say, oh, well, I've got something that might work for you. Be very genuinely interested in people. Find out the ones that you gel with. Share your challenges with them as well as you are helping and advising others, as we do generally in networking. Be the one that is open and natural and normal. Yes, if somebody starts to talk to you about a condition that they have or something that you know your products could help with, that isn't to say you don't talk about them, but you do it in such a way that allows them to think, okay, actually, I might take a look at that. Your 40 seconds, think very much about what it is you really want people in the room to decide. You want people to decide that they want to learn more about you, not less. So think about what it is that you can do, not necessarily in your business, but you can do to help the people in the room. And then have the opportunity to get more two-way conversations going. The one-to-ones are not an opportunity to blast your opportunity at the person that you're with or your products. The one-to-ones are another opportunity to develop relationships, to build trust, to let people to know a little bit more about you. And it's the interesting things, it's the synergies that you have with people that open up the doors that you would otherwise be closing. It's when you relate to somebody, when they have the similar background, that you can then open up the doors of your opportunity and how that's helped you, but in a way that's much more subtle and much more about the organic process. Some things to avoid is just because you've had a nice conversation with somebody and maybe you've talked a little bit about what you do, you don't then do the follow-up with phone calls. Let's have a coffee. I'd love to talk to you about something. When actually what you want to talk to them about is your opportunity. Please, everybody in the room, have you had that happen to you? Yeah, so this week. So why would you do it? I wouldn't want to do it. I know when people do that to me. So think about your audience, think about the people and how you're going to build your relationships. Another key thing is longevity. Demonstrate that you're in it for the long run, that you're not just jumping from one company to the next or the next best thing. Stay with it. And show that by going back over and over again to your networking meetings, rather than jumping from the next one to see if there's a few people that haven't quite realised what you're about. So stay with it. Another thing is find every opportunity to demonstrate your own knowledge and your own skills without having to tell people directly. Loads of opportunities to do that. Things like this, presentations. your foresights. Being on a team, being part of the organisation to show that you are actually interested in others. You know how to work with others. You know how to build a team. You understand people and you're interested in other people. Interested in them for their own sakes, not for your sake or your business's sake. And remember that also counts after the meetings. Following up isn't about then sending a 3-page essay email or inviting everybody to your business presentation or your video and sending. It is not that that is not a potential at some point. But the key thing is, for network marketers, you have to be in the room. And you have to take off all of this stuff associated with your business, and you have to just get down and be you. So the final thing is authenticity. That's a bit of an overplayed word, I know, these days. But the same in all businesses. The more you can be you, and the more you can relate to people in the right way, the more you'll make the business work. And that is absolutely no difference for MLM or network marketing. So now, even if you yourselves aren't in network marketing, please understand where some of these people may be coming from, and maybe take them aside. Be nice to them though, because it's not always their fault. So thank you very much. How to avoid being an MLM zombie in business networking.
Smile, be, chat, join for networking.